Could somebody check over there? And we're live again on YouTube. Sorry for the technical difficulties. The title of this video is The Bright Side of Consciousness. After grief comes glory. Let me know over there on YouTube if y'all can hear me. If y'all can hear me, let me know. Let me know. Let me know. Anybody can hear me over there? Who's that? Makiva? Yes, we can hear. Perfect. Thank you. I appreciate you, babe. So, the bright side, because we talked about yesterday when the video cut about grief, the bright side of consciousness. First, pause versus active. You're going to pause. Like when something happens in the physical reality, because you're now aware, you pause. You don't just react in chaos, like, right? That was you when you was a child, kind of like a babe in Christ, like, right? The second thing, you're going to be creating more intentionally. The spell work stuff is really cool. I'm not trying to step on nobody's toes. Spell work stuff is really, really good. But when you really, really gangster in consciousness, your thoughts really, you understand that really your thoughts create the things. You ain't got to do the spell. It's about the pure intentions. And you want to purely move. Thank you for the gifts. You want to purely move with the heart space because you know it's the most powerful form of energy, the electromagnetic form of energy that can go in other realms, like, right? And so you, instead of creating by default based upon fear, thank you, ASAP, for the rose, and based upon fear and shame, you're creating intentionally now. Intentionally creating. There's a big old difference here because when you were, or we were maybe a babe in Christ, maybe we were in church, right? Remember when you was a babe, kind of like further out in church? Well, baby, you was begging over here. When you was begging over there. So to be able to create intentionally is going to be way more powerful. And you're going to know this as a sign that you're on the brighter side. And then being that you're creating intentionally, you will receive instant manifestation. It's almost like at this point, now you really have to be mindful of your thoughts because some of them suckers are now coming like this here. Like, dang, I was just thinking about you. Dang, I was just thinking about that. Dang, dang, dang. Instant manifestation, right? Yeah. The next thing, number three. Number three is going to be, you're going to stop the self, I guess we'll call it the sabotage of self. Stop neglecting self in order to be liked. Because you ain't going to care about people anymore. You've already been through hell. Yeah. Sorry, Tut. You've probably already been through religion. And coming from religion, there was a lot of judgy people around you. And you realize really it was when you left religion, you realized that you took some of that judgmental self with you. And so you realize with your consciousness in the beginning of your journey when you was over here, you realize that, wait a minute, I'm really, really judgy. You realize, judge not, lest you be judged. Those are my thoughts that I'm sending out. That's me being hard on me. And so you're going to stop that self-sabotage behavior in order to be liked because you was trying to get validation like that. Like, right? Yeah, you're going to cut that out. That's going to be a sign that you headed over on the bright side. And with this, letting go of the self-sabotage behavior to be liked, with it comes a light, lifted aura of yours, like, right? You become more free because you were bound in a box when you wasn't liking your reflections, when you was judging every darn thing. You was bound by limited beliefs. You was bound by the commandments or bound by the fear of hell. You were bound. So now you're free. And this here helps you enter into the bright side of consciousness. Number 4. You begin to feel fulfilled over simple things. Somebody type simple. Simple / sacred things. Kind of like going to the park. Yeah, you don't necessarily have to be like 80, 90, 100 years old. But just the simple things. Just being out in nature. Just looking at some birds. Just watching the waterfall. Simple things. Simple. We have to look on the bright side to see the bright side. Yeah, but you got to look. Yes, you got to look. Right? That's very important. Because if you're looking at chaos, you're going to be like Peter and you're going to sink in the water. Right? It's the simple, sacred things. Keep it simple. I love that. Keep it simple. Right? And so what you're going to be gaining, and I thought about this earlier, you're going to be gaining a lot of wisdom, a lot of clarity. You're going to be gaining energetically because your frequency is going to be increasing. I thought about this earlier because I was like, dang, I told them about the grief of consciousness, but I don't want to leave them there. I want them to know about the rewards, because yeah, you can get crucified, but that resurrection though, and you're getting crucified because the old part of you, the old you, had to die. That's what you came here for. You came for in the physical reality to experience God, in human form. Your physical avatar, your person, had to be this ultimate sacrifice, because just like in the biblical text, the Christ conscious one is you. Hello? You do realize you are the Christ conscious one. Can I get an amen? I'm going to stop the video right there. Can I get an amen? You do realize that you, I say, or amen, yeah. I'm involved, whatever your language is. You realize you're the Christ conscious one. Hey, Philip. Right? So now, because you're the Christ conscious one, you gain, all right? These are the things that you're gaining. You're gaining this thing called peace that passes all understanding. You're gaining now alignment. What are we aligning to? Anybody have an idea what we aligning to? What are we aligning to? What you mean alignment, goddess? Let it be. Yeah. What are we aligning to? Source, ease, abundance. What are we aligning to? Our inner being, right? Thank you for the follow, Ancient. Aligning to clarity. Mm-hmm. Aligning to new self-expression. You got that right. We're aligning to our inner being, the voice of our inner being. We're aligning to clarity. Right? A new way of expression, self-expression, because now your throat chakra is open now. You talk different, right? When you become conscious, you're conscious of your entire beingness. The way you speak, the way you think, the way you feel, that's going to matter. But then there's another thing that you're aligning to. You're aligning to this thing called divine design. Anybody ever heard of this here? Divine design. Anybody ever heard of this? What is divine design? Anybody ever heard of that? Yeah, your higher self, 5D. Our grade is good. I love that. Yes. Inner being. Yeah. Anybody ever heard of the divine design? What is the divine design? Anybody know? You ever heard that before? No? Divine, I'll wait. Think about it. What do you think the divine design is? Who we are? Yeah. Thank you for the follow. Nobody. All these conscious people on this live and nobody know what a divine design is? Nobody know what a divine design is. Creation. Who we are. Let's get into it. Divine design. It's time for you to learn that. Divine design. Let me erase the bright side because we're talking about divine design. It's kind of like your blueprint. Like, remember in the biblical text, they talk about ain't nothing new underneath the sun now. Yeah. Right? Ain't nothing new underneath the sun. What y'all say over here? Ain't nothing new underneath the sun. So because ain't nothing new, your soul has a blueprint. Like, right? Come on now. Come on. Where the conscious people at? I know y'all done heard of deja vu. Is it spelled like that? Deja vu? What? Deja vu. You know what that means? DNA. Yeah. Your DNA. Our true DNA. So deja vu, people they say, I've been here before, I've seen this before. So ain't nothing new underneath the sun. That's what deja vu is showing you. You did this here thing before. It's already in you. All day, yes. So you're remembering. I love that. You're remembering yourself. You're remembering like this here, joining back to source, infinite intelligence. So your divine design is your soul's blueprint. Right? This is the bright side. You know how they talk about your junk DNA, dormant DNA unraveling, and you're going into the great sleep. Well, if you're going in the other direction, if you're ascending back up, it's raveling back together. Like, right? You fall and you rise. You fall and you rise. So if you went to the great sleep, that part over. The fall is over. We already been through that. It's the age of awakening, right? So you're going up. So now to go up, you remembering yourself all over again, your soul's blueprint. All right? Seeing things before it happened in real time. Yes. Just coming in. I didn't miss too much. No, you didn't miss too much. Thank you for teaching the truth, sis. You're so welcome, babe. Right? Y'all got that? And so now you could allow better. The bright side is that you could allow more. The bright side of consciousness is now you're able to allow. Now you're able to go with a little bit of flow, a little bit better than what you did prior to getting on this side, coming over from grief. You could allow more. You could allow more. You know how to practice the art of allowing. Matter of fact, you probably have a lot of things. In order to get on this side from grief, you had to say it, you had to transmute that energy and said, I don't care. I'm tired of being in grief, because grief, from becoming conscious in all the things that you lose and sacrifice, it sets you up to the I don't care frequency. Because you get tired of the grief. I don't care. I don't care. I can't. Lord, help me. You know that little prayer, help me to accept the things that I could change and the wisdom to know the difference. Something about that, the little serenity prayer. Grant me the courage or the wisdom to accept what I can. Something like that. Y'all know what I'm talking about. You be vibrating on that one. The serenity prayer, the flow of life. And this here is divine design, because this here is how you were supposed to flow in life. Until fear stepped in, to falling into the great sleep and slumber and losing percentages of our brain capacity, until those things stepped in, right? You begin to remember that you delegated yourself a soul purpose. You begin to get in alignment with that purpose. You begin to get in alignment with this thing called joy and acts of service, because now you want to give back to mankind, because now you know that all of mankind is you. Hello, reflections. Right? This is the bright side. And so this here side, this here you giving service to mankind really is a key right here. I'm going to put a little asterisk by this one here, because this one charges you up. This one feels so good. Joy and purpose and service. All of these things I'm mentioning feel so good. But when you find that when you find that thing, that'll be your food. That'll be your lava. There'll be your sneaky link right here. There'll be your orgasm right here. Woo, child. Baby, you my everything. You all I ever wanted. This is it right here. When you can put on your big girl drawers and get to the place in life where you circle back and help mankind, and you really love what you're doing and your act of service, because this is my life, this is my story. I walk this walk. I talk this talk. Don't take away any of my pain. My pain led me to my purpose. No, don't take away my story. Don't cry about my story. If you changed my story, I wouldn't have arrived like this here. Right? So you begin to understand that everything serves you. Even the pain. This the bright side. This the bright side. You realize that, ooh, but that pain though. Ooh, that pain feels so good. Ooh, I remember when I cried. I remember when such and such happened, and I don't cry no more. I got on my big girl drawers now, like, right? Ooh, I remember when I used to be scared when I had experienced sleep paralysis for the first time. Ooh, I remember when I couldn't control my lucid dreaming. Ooh, I remember when I felt the frequencies of them principalities and the rulers of darkness the first time and how they scared me. Right? Although with each level you experience a new devil, you get on frequencies or dimensions where it is greater, still the foundation, you know the foundation of the fear tactics. That part ain't gonna change. You know that there's gonna be pain, there's gonna be fear, you might cry, but it's the fact that I'm wiser now. And I know I could overcome it. They got a little smarter and they effing with my mom. Well, no, let me go back. I got a little smarter because as I in my body get a little smarter, my principalities, my non-physical, it becomes more smarter too in order for me to rise. Like, right? It becomes more intelligent as my person becomes intelligent because the war is happening within me. And I got to be real sophisticated and I got to outsmart the wows of me. Y'all get that part? Y'all get that part? Because this is you now. I don't want to make it seem like I'm talking about no devil up in here just in case the church people come true. Right? So really, in the essence, you're becoming, y'all said it earlier. I wanted to save it to last though. You're becoming you. You're becoming you now. And this is the bright side. And this is why it's so worth it to become conscious. I shared with you all on yesterday the grief side, and I'm not sure, YouTube, how much you were able to listen to because something happened with that life. But I shared on TikTok the grief side on yesterday, but I want to circle back and say the bright side. These are the things of the bright side. And so you could look at both sides now if you were here on both lives, and you could simply say, yeah, the old me had to die, and then I had to sacrifice who I was to get to who I have become now. But don't get it twisted, baby. Don't get it twisted. Ain't nobody take nothing from me. Don't get it twisted. Don't look at it like I lost, because no. I'm always winning. I'm always learning. I'm always expanding because this here realm didn't take, just like the biblical text said, you didn't take my life. I laid it down. Right? I laid it down because I ain't gonna be no duck no more. I got tired of quacking. Right? There's always purpose to the pain. I'm so glad you found me. I laid it down because I won't be no duck because I got tired of quacking. Quack, 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 quack. I won't be no victim no more because I got tired of crying. You just get sick and tired of doing things over and over. I won't be stuck on stupid because I just felt a little bit too stuck. I won't stay in church because I had some question that I wanted to ask, and I had to ask God why, and Pastor didn't want me to ask God why. So I decided I would figure out my why. You ain't take nothing from me. I became better. I decided that I wanted to go on a bright side to get to know myself. I decided because I wanted to get to know the totality of me, the ins and outs of me, the brain capacity of me, the infinite intelligence of me. So nobody took, the conscious one is not a loser. Nobody took nothing from the conscious one. The conscious one got bored of this here. It's almost like, you know how in class, you know, they'll talk about them children who I guess, you know, overactive or whatever. The children bored. You want me to sit up in here and you take 30 minutes to figure out what 1 + 1 is, baby? I just came from infinite intelligence, all knowing. My brain capacity is top notch. And you asking me this little stuff? I'm thinking big. Right? So some people in the physical reality, just because this matrix is boring, they just keep on going down parallel realities and jumping into quantum fields because they want to figure out some more whys. Right? Just why? And I can attest to that. Boring. I was in the car the other day talking to somebody. And bless his heart, he really into politics and all. He really into, you know, Donald Trump and all. And I was sitting there and you know, he was older, so out of respect, I just listened. And he was telling me things about the tariffs and you know, saying, you know, he did da 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 da, and you know, you gotta watch da 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 da. And I was sitting up there and I was like, oh yeah, really? When he did that? Oh, I missed that episode. Listen to me talk about episode, and he talk about a news broadcast. Tell you, I don't be watching no TV. I missed when he said that. I entertained him out of respect to pops, like, right? But in my mind, that's so boring to me. Like some people having a human experience here in this just realm, and they're not on the edge. They're not tuning in to the local broadcast because they in quantum fields, y'all, parallel realities. They love every essence, every bit of the bright side and the dark side. Now check this out. There was a person long time ago who I knew, and I wasn't even at neutral and above, right? I wasn't over here yet. I wasn't over here yet. I'm gonna tell you how I've been though. And then let me know if any of y'all like this here. You know, we'll say, yeah, they got these so-called evil people out in the physical reality. I knew of what you would call like an evil person, like, right? And I said, not knowing the totality that these are my reflections, but I just knew about this here thing called consciousness, and I knew that I had to face myself. And I said to this person, I said, you know what? Don't show me no mercy. If your ass is evil, show me all of you. I want to see. See, these are the type of things that happen when you become conscious, because you become more fearless. Because you know, if my eye be single, my whole body full of light. You understand that greater is it that is in you than it that is in this world, because this world was made for me. Right? This part of the bright side. I want to let you know about this here part of the bright side too. This confidence, this assurance that God is all, and He's all within me. Like we used to sing these type of songs in church and in religion, you know. But when you really become conscious of your beingness and the totality, and really have the wisdom to back it up, and really done been in some rooms that church never even told you existed, you really could boast within. Not you don't have to boast without, because the battle is going on in here. The principalities is going on in here. The rulers of darkness, they up in here. You got to tell nobody else nothing. You could play dumb. All while knowing that greater is it that is in me than it that is in this world. Right? This is so important. This is the bright side of consciousness. because it brings you back to love, power. Don't forget that power though, and sound mind. Right? Yeah, you might wobble. I wobble, but I get back up, and I get back in alignment to that bright side every time. And being out of alignment for whatever amount of moment, whatever amount of seconds or minutes, or even if it's a day tops too. Well, yeah, well, it just don't feel right. Can anybody attest to that? Anybody out there that's conscious that could attest? When you're out of alignment, when you can't hear the voice of your inner being, oh my gosh, it just don't feel right. Nothing feels good about it, and you just got to do something, even if you just start doing jumping jacks, even if you turn on the music, even if you say, okay, I got too much resistance, I'm just going to go to bed. Get you some chamomile tea and just get a real heavy dose of it and just go to bed. I'm just done with this day because I need to release this resistance because I got to get back in to the bright side. Right? It brings you back to love, power, and sound mind. But I gotta share this here before I go, because I know some of y'all empaths. I know some of y'all empaths out there. Yeah, like conscious people. Oh, ain't nothing wrong with that. You just got love, baby. But if you don't fine tune that love, it becomes foolish, and then God didn't give you love as a fool. It gave you love as a power, as a tool. So I gotta teach you something about transitioning from this grief to this bright side, because I told you that you had to die to get on the other side, right? This gonna be it. This gonna be it. This gonna be it. Then we're gonna be done. It's offering time. It's offering time. Y'all tap that screen. Do I have my 30? Y'all make sure I have my 30K before I get up out of here. Cash App Goddess Just Be if you want to donate to me. Cash App Goddess Just Be. I'll wait for it. Tap that screen and share the live. YouTube. Can I get some more thumbs up? Can I get 5 more thumbs up? Y'all tapping that screen? Y'all taking notes, putting notes in the comments? Where my likes at? Is it moving? That's 7.6. I know y'all not going to leave me up in here with no 7K. Now, when I'm teaching you about infinite intelligence, I'll wait for it. It's offering time. Cash App Goddess Just Be. Share the live, tap the screen. Show me some love. I'm pouring into your soul expansion. I got to show you one more thing before we get up out of here. Thank you for the offerings, every last one of you. Cash App Goddess Just Be. One more thing before I get up out of here, because I got to tell my empath something. And for those of you who are interested, join the inner circle on this Sunday. That's where I really dive into the biblical text and teach esoteric knowledge. I don't know if I said, did I say June from yesterday? Yeah. AMK, Keith Hall. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Papa. Y'all funny. AMK, Keith Hall, Papa. Thank y'all for the donation. Cash App Goddess Just Be. We got 10 yet? I'll continue when I'm at 10K, because y'all, I don't know what y'all doing. I'm going to sleep on it. Cash App Goddess Just Be. Thank you. Thank you so much. That's 9.2. Come on, let's get to 10 so we can finish this up. I want to talk to my empaths. I want to talk to my empaths about moving from this thing called grief to the bright side. Cash App Goddess Just Be. Tap the screen and share it live. Tap the screen and share it live. We at 10 yet? Okay, we at 10. Anybody else donated? Cash App Goddess Just Be. All right. Okay. Keith and then Pop. Okay. So grief, empath. Listen, somebody type empath in the comments. Empath, this is for you. Empath, this is for you. This is very important. It's for everybody, but most importantly, you. I share with you some parts of you or somebody has to die, which is your old self. The old self over there. New self over here, right? This becomes the stumbling block. And you're going to be able to use this in different areas of your life, empath. Church ain't teaching to you, but I'm going to tell you. When I say somebody has to die, I'm talking about your old empath ways. I taught you all the other day about maybe intertwining with a negative person, how to empath attracts a narc, for example, like, right? And I said, in order to beat the narc, you got to become the narc, like, right? Meaning that the narc only really care about themselves. They ain't got no kind of feelings or empathy for others, like, right? So your little empath self is over here, right? And then the narc kind of like is over here. You see how this is going? In order for you to become more like them, you're gonna have to care less, right? To get on this side. In order for the narc, for example, if the narc wanted to change, in order for the narc to get off of his or her frequency and come on this side, they're gonna have to care more. You're gonna have to show a little love, like, right? You see how that goes? So if you remember that, also remember this. When you get to that state of being where you experience the grief of consciousness, the downside of consciousness that nobody wants to talk about, the thing that you must remember to get on this side is you're gonna have to carry less impact. Now, that might be something that's going to be a little bit difficult for you, but it is your answer as it pertains to you releasing resistance. And I'm going to give you some examples, not necessarily pertaining to impact. You ever met somebody who had a rough maybe relationship? They had a rough relationship with somebody and they decided, you know what? I don't even care no more. I'm just done. Then all of a sudden, the person comes back. Release resistance. You ever wanted a job real bad or something like that, and you've been putting in apps and stuff, and you decided, you know what? I don't even care no more. I guess I'll go, work for such and such, or I'll start my own business, and then all of a sudden, not everybody calling because you care less. See, there's a fine energy right there in caring less called flow. And in order for you to get on this side, when you at neutral and below, you got to release resistance and care less. This is going to be the key to all of your manifestations. Somebody type care less. When you're feeling grief and consciousness, it's going to be time for you to care less. The church songs tell you, I surrender all. All they're saying is care less. Care less. When you're wanting so bad that money, care less. When you want so bad that health, care less. I done told y'all so many stories about how I care less. How I care less with a property, I told y'all. How I care less with health, I told y'all. How I care less with a relationship I share with y'all. And then the instant manifestation, all because I figured out the cheat code. You gotta care less. It is so hard for the empaths to do because the empaths care so much. And it shows when the empath was interacting with the narc. The empath cared. And all the narc was doing was taking all the empath energy. And he or she got drained and bamboozled and all of this here because they cared too damn much. If the empath would have picked up their bed and cared freaking less and became the freaking narc, the narc would have liked them all. Sure would have. Because the narc would have been looking at itself. Gave a narc something different, nice little challenge, like, right? Could have controlled him and everything, like, right? That was too. It was about you caring less. And that is what you obtain in consciousness when you get to the bright side. Oh, you're not mean thugging with it. But the things that you cannot control, you no longer care about them like that. You just let it be. Because at the end of it all, you know what? All of this is a setup for something greater. And that wholeheartedly, divine design is going to lead you to everything that you manifested. And if it takes you learning how to care less, that's a little bump in the road. because that caring less, you're going to need that down the way. So start now, empath. And this is the bright side of consciousness. Thank y'all. Thank y'all so much for being here. It's offering time. Y'all tap that screen, share the live. I'm about to get up out of here. Any questions? Y'all got it? Hey, Jewel. Care less. Care less. I promise you. Love that. I promise you it's going to help you so much. Like whatever you thought of today, practice today. This is going to be homework. Somebody type homework. Whatever you set yourself up all day caring about. And when I say care, focus on. When I say focus, the thing you thought about all day. When I say the thing you thought about all day, the thing that's bothering you, the person, place, or thing that's upsetting your frequency. Tomorrow, when you wake up, be intentional about your thinking. Practice caring less about that thing. Clear up some of that resistance, baby. Care less. Do something more productive for your day and care less. Because things are always working out for you. I promise you. All paths lead to God. All right? Thank y'all so much for being here, every last one of you. Thank you. Thank you so much. And we're about to pray and get up out of here. That's it. We're about to pray and go. Got it. Got it. Care less. Care less. Care less. I need you as my mentor, spiritual advisor. You need to join the inner circle. The link is in my bio. And that's it. That's as close as it's going to get. After this week, I told the ones in the inner circle, because last week we talked about who or what God is. This week we're talking about your parents. Your caregiver gave you life. You don't have to be programmed by them, or you don't have to marry them, right? So we're talking about trauma and the parents and all. But after Sunday, my prices on my consultations on my website are going up. But I'm leaving them at this particular price in case one of my members want to book a consultation just for them. But after Sunday, I'm going to be bougie. I told y'all this once before and I ain't do it yet. But Monday, it's going to be over. Bougie, because I like to teach. Bridget is bougie. That's how you can remember my name. Bridget is bougie, because my price is going to look so bougie. Yeah, because if you really want me to meet with you twice a week or a month for consultation, it's going to be bougie price. Okay, you got that? Somebody type bougie so you don't forget that. Bridget is bougie. If you want me to be your mentor, you're going to have a bougie mentor. If not, join the inner circle. Now, those are fair prices because that's what I love to do. I love to teach. But I would rather teach for people who have rich soil instead of casting my pearls amongst the swine. Right? For people that don't want to tap the screen and stuff. Right? It's too late to sign up for the inner circle this month. For this month, it's too late. If you sign up now, it's going to be for next month because we're not going to keep on repeating because the foundation has been set. Who or what God is has been set. And I'm not going to be repeating myself over and over again. Heaven is a prepared place for prepared people. Y'all got that? Let us pray. Take a deep breath in. And don't forget to check out the Alchemist oil and blow it out. Going viral on Goddess Just Be Healthy page. Take a deep breath in and blow it out. It's an antifungal, anti-inflammatory, anti-parasitic, antiviral, antimicrobial. Internally and externally, it can benefit your body. One more time. Take a deep breath in and blow it out. Sign up for the inner circle. The link is in my bio, saltoftheearthpub.org. God, source energy, infinite intelligence. Thank you for this live. Thank you for this lesson, this reminder of the bright side. Thank you for the lesson of the bright side, of the perfect peace, the clarity, the growth, of the resurrection on the bright side. We feel so happy to be discussing this, to be remembering this, because the bright side is going to lead us back to the bosom of God, to the divine design, the soul blueprint of God, of deja vu, of remembering ourselves, of getting to know ourselves. We feel so excited to get to know ourselves. Sometimes it felt a little boring at our lower self. So we feel eager to be in this place. Thought by thought by thought. Recreating another universe. Doing it over and over and over again. Jumping in and out of different parallel realities. We are thankful. We are thankful for our love that is boundless. Our love that is in every parallel reality that is happening right now. We're thankful for that love. We're thankful for the old version of ourselves having to die. We're thankful for the resurrection. We're thankful for shedding of the snake skin to enlarge ourselves and increase our territory. We feel so thankful. We feel so happy. We feel so self-assured. We feel so positive. We feel so enlightened in this moment. In this moment. We feel the abundance that we are. We feel the I amness that we are. We feel the infinite intelligence, the inner being, the essence of God right here, right now within our inner circle. Because we decided, we made the choice to come over to the bright side. And though we accept our darkness with our light, though we accept the bright and the dark at the same time, we appreciate right now being on the bright side because we've already been into the darkness. Though we understand that we're still in the matrix, we're still governed underneath the law of duality, polarity. We know that it's all God. At the end of the day, it is all God and it all feels good to us. At the end of the day, those pain lead us to our purpose. And so we appreciate the pain in this right now moment. We're thankful for it all, God. The crucifixion and the resurrection. We're thankful for it all. Somebody type in the comments for it all. For it all. The grief and the brightness. For it all. The impact and the narc. For it all. For when we care too much and when we care less. For it all. We're thankful for it all. That's how you keep on going. You just have to be thankful for it all. Care less and keep on going because you're thankful for it all. Because it's all God, baby. It's all God. This video was from my heart to yours. Be blessed. Thank you, YouTube. Thank y'all for being here. Okay, bye. For it all. Thank you so much. Bye, Jewel. Bye, Kat. Bye, Bakiba.